Hey guys, what's up? It's Bindayak here, and today we have a massive unboxing on our channel. We have a package that contains 9 cubes. When this package was getting delivered, I was freaking out to unbox it. So without any further ado, let's get into the package. Okay guys, so here's how the box looks, and I'll tell you what I'm getting as I open the box. So let's unbox it. So there's some bubble wrap over here. Let's remove it. And there are our puzzles. Okay, so I'll remove all the puzzles out of this box and keep them on my desk and tell you what I'm getting. So here's the Moyu Waylong GTS. You guys might be thinking why I got the GTS now, as the GTS 2 is itself 1 year old, but I just got it because I wanted to try it out. So here's the GTS, the Chi Thunderclap V1. I tried out both the original Thunderclap and the V2. I personally preferred the V1, so I bought this. And here's the Yushin Little Magic Elite M by Cubello. So I bought this because I heard the Yushin Little Magic is a pretty good cube, and with the magnets and Cubello Elite setup, I think it will hopefully be even better. So here's that. And I've got the MF3RS2M Cubello Elite again. So I've heard that this is the best budget cube, so I bought this. And here are our 4 3x3s, and all the other cubes are 2x2s. So in this unboxing I have 4 3x3s and 5 2x2s. So now let's take out the 2x2s. So here's the Chi 2x2. I currently only have one 2x2, so obviously that is my main, and which is the MF2S. So I bought 5 more as I'm going to a competition, which I'll tell you later. So here's the Chi 2x2. Here's the Moyu Lingpo 2x2. Here's the Kung Fu Yuhan 2x2. Here's the MF2C 2x2. And the last cube that we have in the box is the YJ Guanpo Plus 2x2. So here are all the puzzles that we have in this unboxing. So I'll start with the 2x2s and arrange them in the order of how excited I am for them. So yeah, and also in the box we don't have anything else except for the receipt, which is here. So I'll arrange it now. Okay guys, so now they're in the order of how excited I am for them, so let's get started. Let's unbox the YJ Guanpo Plus first. I'll keep the other cubes aside for now. So here's the box, pretty standard. So I'll open it, and the first thing we get is the pamphlet, or how to solve the 2x2. Who even reads these pamphlets? And I don't need them. So the next thing that we have is the 2x2 itself. let's have a look at the shades. The orange is okay. The green seems to be fine too. Red is okay, blue is okay, white is okay, and even yellow is okay. So I don't have any problems with the color scheme. Let's get into the first turns now. So as I took the first turn, the plastic feels pretty low quality, and turning is not very smooth, but it is kind of okay. It has speed. There are some minor catching issues, but I guess it's fine. Not the best 2x2 I've ever tried, but not the worst 2x2 either. It feels a bit dry and sandy out of the box. I think it'll eventually get better after lubing and tensioning. So that's it for the YJ Guanpo Plus. Now let's move on to the other cubes. Now here we have the Chi GD 2x2. So let's unbox it. Oh jeez. Okay, so we have the pamphlet here. I don't need that. And here's the cube itself. So the sticker shades seem pretty similar to the YJ Guanpo Plus, and I can feel some lube on the surface of this cube. I think it is pretty well lubed, as all the other Chi puzzles are. So let's get into the first ones. This one feels pretty smooth. I'm not experiencing any catching issues with this. I guess this is a really good 2x2. The problem with my MF2S is that sometimes it gets really fast and sometimes it's really slow, and it catches a lot. This one is already better than my only 2x2, which is the MF2S. So this 2x2 feels pretty good. I was expecting this to not be this good. I definitely underrated it. So that's it for the Chi GD 2x2. I'll keep it aside. Now moving on to the MF2C 2x2. Let's unbox it. So the first thing again that we get is the pamphlet, and here's the cube. So who needs a pamphlet? I want to compare it to my MF2C, which is right there. I'll get it. So here's the MF2S when in stickerless when compared to the MF2C. So Moyo's color scheme is pretty decent. I don't have any problems with that. I think this is gonna be sandy and fast, so let's turn it and see. Now on to the first ones. This is not as fast as I was expecting it to be, and neither it is lubed. It doesn't have the catching issues with the MF2S had, but I was expecting more from this puzzle. It is a bit sandy. I don't think it is lubed, so I'll have to lube this one. Okay, so now let's move on to the other puzzle. I'll keep my MF2S here for comparison. Okay, so now let's move on to the Kung Fu Yuhan 2x2. I've heard that this is a really good one, so let's unbox it. It's hard to get it out of here. I guess I'll try from the back. Okay, so it comes out from there. And even this has the pamphlet, which I don't need. And here's the cube. And this time it is in plastic wrap, so let's remove it. So the color scheme is okay, like all the other 2x2's color scheme, and this 2x2 looks standard. So after I said this 2x2 looks standard, my camera stopped recording and this is recording again. Yeah, so let's get on to the first turns. This one is a lot faster than others, but this has some catching, and this is pretty loud too. This is pretty loud and it has some catching, but it is really fast out of the box, and I don't have any issues with the turning except for catching. Overall, this has a lot of speed in it. It is not smooth. I wouldn't say it is smooth. I would say that this is a 2x2 with bumpy turning and scratchy feeling. That is how I would describe it. So now let's get on to the final 2x2 that we have. I'll keep this aside. And the final 2x2 that we have is the Moyu Lingpo in black. So let's remove this. And this came out pretty easily. Here's the pamphlet, which I don't need, and here's the cube. So as this is a Moyu cube, it obviously come in plastic wrap. So let's remove it. This is pretty hard to remove. Okay, that hurt my finger. So the color scheme is pretty standard, and I can feel some lube outside of this. So let's get on to the first turns. Oh my god, this is too tight. This is too tight for a 2x2. And as you can see, there's locking and catching. It's not very fast as well. I'll have to definitely tension this. Being the most expensive out of all the 2x2s that I got, it is pretty damn sucking for the price. This 2x2 doesn't feel any better than the Kung Fu Yuhan or the MF2C, but this is the most expensive out of the bunch. But still it doesn't perform really good out of the box. I think it'll perform good after I lube it, tension it, etc. But this is the worst cube out of the box. This is even worse than the YJ Guan Pro Plus. I'm serious. I guess it'll be good after lubing and tensioning, because I don't think a Moyu cube can be so bad. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Moyu. Okay, so that wraps up for our 2x2s. Now I'll give you a brief on all the 2x2s and my opinions on them, and I'll tell you which was the best out of the bunch. Okay guys, so now I have my opinions on all of the 2x2s. So the best 2x2 right now which I unboxed is, according to me, is the MF2C. After trying these 2x2s out for a while, I found out that the MF2C was still better than the other 4. Then comes the Kung Fu Yuhan at the second place. It is good but not as I expected it to be. And the Cheat GD 2x2 comes in middle. It is fairly good but not up to the mark. And the most overhyped cube, which is the Lingpo, comes second last, and last comes the YG Guanpo Plus. So those were my views on the 2x2s. Currently I have not decided which 2x2 will be my main, so I'll tell you that after a while in the next video, I guess. So now moving on to the 3x3s. I'll keep all my 2x2s aside. Okay, so here are our 2x2s with 4 of them. So I'll save the best for the last. These two are in order, I guess, and I have to decide between the GTS and the Thunderclap. Fine, I've tried the Thunderclap, so I'll unbox it first. The GTS will be second, the Usual Little Magic Elite M will be third, and the MF3RS2M will be last, because I'm most excited for that. So let's start. Let's start with the Thunderclap. I'll keep all these 3x3s aside. So here's the box, which looks pretty huge, and I know there's a pouch inside of it because my friend let me unbox his Thunderclap. So there's the pouch. The material is good. It has the Chi Mofange branding over here, and here's another box in which we have a cube. So I threw that box on the ground, that's why that made that weird noise. Here's the pamphlet, which I don't need, and here's the cube. So this is again in plastic wrap to protect it from scratches, and that's good by the manufacturer. This is too damn hard to get out. It hurted my finger a lot. I guess I'll have to use the scissors. So here's the cube, and oh my god, this is full of lube. You can feel the lube outside, especially lube on the red and yellow face. The color scheme is good. I don't have any problems again with this. So let's get on to the first turns. So it is pretty loud and pretty free flowing, I guess. I'm used to my Ganner SM, so when I try a non-magnetic cube I feel a bit awkward, but I guess that feeling will go as I'm gonna magnetize this and the GTS. So it feels really good. It feels very free flowing. I don't feel anything blocking my turn, and it turns the way I want it. But I guess the only problem with this cube is that it is too loud. There are few catches, only a few, very minor catches, but they'll go after I lube them. After I lube this cube, I guess. This cube is very loud, and there's some spring noise as well. So I think the only way to get this cube to its max potential is to break it in and lube it. So that wraps up for the Chi Thunderclap. Now on to the Moyu Wayalong GTS2. So the second best packaging that I've ever seen on any cube is this. The best packaging I've ever seen is by GAN on the GAN RSM. Okay, so I don't know from where to unbox this. I guess. Is there any way to open this? I guess I'll have to check. There's plastic there, and there's plastic all around. How do I open this? Okay, fine. There's this very harsh kind of paper over here. Then I've got to remove that, and okay, so that comes up, and oh, that was a huge blow. Okay, so I'll pick the other breaking in tool, which is here, and these tools are for breaking in, as I know. So let's remove the cube, and there's a pamphlet in there, but I don't need that, so I won't remove it. So this is an illusion cube. Okay, I like the orange a lot. The green is okay, red is fine, blue is very good, yellow is okay, and white, of course, I don't have anything to say about it. There's no loop outside on this puzzle, so let's get on to the first turns. It's extremely gummy. Yeah, that's my first impression. This cube feels extremely gummy. I guess they have overlooked it. It's not broken in properly. It feels gummy. I've seen other people's videos on this. Their first impression was that it was too speedy, but my first impression on this cube is that it is overlooked and too gummy. So as I'm turning it, it is getting better and better. So I guess I'll have to break this cube in a bit, and then this will be a really good cube. By the way, this is my first Moyu 3x3. All other, the closest Moyu 3x3 that I have is a YJ Guanglong, which was my first speed cube. I think YJ is a sub-brand of Moyu. If I'm wrong, comment down below. Okay, so this was the Moyu Wayalong GTS. Okay. And now for the cubes that I'm most excited about. We have the Ocean Little Magic M and MF3RS2M. So I'll keep the MF3RS2M for the last, and let's get on to the Ocean Little Magic. So we have the Elite M logo on the box. This box seems pretty small, and here is our cube. Okay, they have sent me extra magnets. Okay, they are pretty tiny. Okay, so, and the stickerless shades on this cube are really good. This is my first stickerless puzzle, and I really love the shades. This is not my first stickerless puzzle. This is my first stickerless 3x3. I can feel some lube outside. So here's the Elite M logo. Now let's get on to the unbox. Let's get on to the first turns. It's extremely gummy. Again, yeah, this cube is expected to be gummy because it is an Elite cube from Cube Lelo. They have lubed it, so this is pretty gummy. This is okay, And when I turn fast I can barely feel the magnets, but when I turn slow I can feel them. This cube has a lot of potential after breaking in, and when I compare it to my Yushin Xing 3x3, which is right there, I'll get it. So here's that. This one is in black, and this one this one feels a lot better than the usual Little Magic now, because obviously that is broken in and tension. But this one has huge potential. Actually, this seems pretty small in my hands. I guess this will be a good one for OH. This is my first Elite M 3x3. The other Elite M puzzle that I have is the Wushuang M. That was a Cubelelo Elite M. And I personally love the blue on this puzzle. It's just too good. So that is it for the Yushin Little Magic Elite M. And now to the cube that I'm most excited about, the MF3RS2M. So here is the cube, and with the pamphlet and again with magnets, they feel a bit stronger this time. So these are the magnets, and here's the cube. The sticker shades seem to be okay, but I don't like the red. The blue is fine. Orange is not particularly that great, and I don't like the green. Yellow is okay, and what to say about the white. So let's get on to the first turns. This is the same feeling as the usual Little Magic Elite M, because both of them are elite cubes and they will take a long time to break in. I guess I'll have to do 100 solves on both of them so that they become good. This one feels pretty gummy in my hands. They are full of lube now, because this and the usual Little Magic M had a lot of lube on the surface. This feels very smooth. When I turn slowly I can feel the magnets, but when I turn fast I'm not able to feel the magnets. But it is a pretty stable cube, I would say. It's really good. It is pretty smooth, I would say. So that is it for this giant 9 cube unboxing, and now I'll show you all the cubes together and my opinions on the 3x3s. So these are all the 3x3s that I got today, and here are the checkerboard patterns on each of them. So here's the checkerboard pattern on the MF3RS2. Here's the checkerboard on the GTS. Here's the checkerboard on the usual Little Magic, which is my favorite because of the sticker shades, and the checkerboard on the Thunderclap. So my opinions are that obviously these two will be in the top 2 spots as they are already magnetized, and in between in these two I can't particularly decide anyone as the winner, because like both of them feel exactly the same as they're lubed and they are pretty gummy. So I won't decide that, but these two cubes are the first and second place, not in any order, but those two take the top two places. And the last two places, I think that the thunderclap would be in third position, because that feels pretty good and pretty free flowing. And the GTS would be last because it's pretty, I would say, gummy, and it doesn't have that much of speed. So that wraps up for my giant 9 cube unboxing. So if you want to continue seeing such good videos, subscribe to my channel, click the like button and share my videos. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next one.